Elijah was a man, the Bible says, with a nature just like ours. He loved the Lord, but he was a guy who, with that nature, had times of great discouragement, times of self-doubt, times in which he wondered if he was outside the will of God. Not because of anything he did with calculation, but because it just didn't seem things were going the way that he would have expected if he was really effective in his job. He was the prophet in Israel, and things were really going south there. By going south, I mean what we commonly say to express that something is going down fast. The problems in Israel at that time under the rule of Ahab the king were such enormous problem, and Elijah went before the Lord and prayed that it wouldn't rain. He prayed, and the Bible says it in James chapter 5, 17 and 18. He prayed that it wouldn't rain, and it didn't rain for 3 years and 6 months. Then he prayed again, and the Bible says heaven gave rain and the earth produced its fruit. The outflow of that was a revival, not just because of the rain, but because of the confrontation that took place after that. Who is God? We'll have a showdown between what were the gods that were being worshipped by a culture entrapped in blindly in demonism, and by those who were a minority, but who walked with God. And Elijah was, of course, foremost among those as a prophet in the land.
I don't think she has an extra inch.
There's something about that humanness that is a reminder that no matter how we may feel limited, if we'll take our position before the Lord, that He will hear our cry. And Elijah did. On one occasion in his discouragement, he made a journey down into the desert. While he was there, he wondered, well, I don't know if I'll ever hear from God. And he describes that there came an earthquake, and then there appeared to be fire passing by. There was all the rumble of the thunder. And it said in all of that, God wasn't showing himself in the things of raw power of display. But then he heard a still small voice. And I want to close with that, because when we think about praying with fervency, praying as people who have our own test trials of our faith, that you don't always get the answers that have thunder and some great show. But hold firm, because God is breathing by His Spirit, and His Word will bring a transformation of circumstances. The effectual prayer of a righteous man avails much, no matter how much energy you feel.